Mothership.
Mothership.
Gratuitous full frontal nudity.
Gratuitous violence.
Yes, that one also.
Total experience.
Weirdly, only one of those is okay in American cinema.
Yeah, sure. And that brings us directly into what happened last time. Is one of you violently exploded by being within about 2 feet of a grenade?
It was the android.
It was it was the human. The human is no more.
Poor Hugh.
Yes.
Deserved.
He lived a glorious
Did
life.
somebody harvest the logic core? I forget if that was.
You got it, his head.
You just got the whole head. Yeah. Okay. So you haven't harvested it yet. 'Cause that might be
Yeah, I ain't hanging around. There's robots.
Yeah. So you guys know there's a patrol on this floor. You just caused a very loud sound, and so it may be time to get out of Dodge. And I'm pretty sure that's exactly where we left off.
Yes.
Is just
Asking, do we successfully get to the lift? And you saying, we'll end there.
We'll
for
end
tonight.
there. Yes.
Well, how far are we in sprinting minutes?
In sprinting minutes, a couple minutes. It's actually a decent.
Now, last we looked, they weren't on the cameras out in the docking bay. They were, and I'm pretty sure we've been everywhere else.
You got some places you could go.
I was definitely sprinting just back to the lift
I
to
don't
escape.
see any connectors on this map that we
There's
didn't
the
go in.
So
I don't know about, yeah.
You haven't gone much deeper into these locker rooms and what's behind them. There are ducts in the elevator landing that you haven't gone through, like vents.
I mean, places the robots would go.
Oh, true. Yeah, they could be beyond the locker rooms. You haven't seen what's at the other end yet. They could have looped back around behind you when you were in some of the other hallways. Trying to think where else you may not have gone yet. You went into the comm feed.
Yeah, I doubt they came all the way around behind us because it's like a 30-minute walk out in that bay.
It is, yeah.
Well, and it's one of their own that blew up.
I
So if we just get away from the general area of it blowing up,
think we should just go home because we got hit by a grenade.
I mean, I'm just running down the hall toward the elevator to home.
I'm just
I
trying to
don't know
figure
what the
out
rest
if
of you
we
are gonna
should
decide.
stay and fight or run. And if we run into them, that would be bad. But if they're probably not going to be between us and the elevator, then we run to the elevator. But if they're probably on the deeper in ahead of us, then we're definitely running.
You could try to hide too if you don't want to.
Fuck that, we're out.
Hide in the locker you just
yeah,
pulled up.
Yeah, just pull the locker closed, that's fine. You have open
People are in the lockers all the times around here.
That's true.
You all come out looking like Jimmy.
Oh no!
We go in the locker,
Next.
we open it, we are back up there.
Next session, everybody is Jimmy. We are now playing Everybody is Jimmy.
We've never had an all Jimmy party.
It's very true.
And we never will.
please tell me
You
you
say
rolled up
that.
Jimmy as a character.
Every
I
time we
hope
pull
not.
a Jimmy out of the locker, we get another life for the whole party.
You gotta Jimmy that locker.
No.
So true.
Okay, so where are you running?
Back to
Just
the elevator.
down the hallway,
Straight to the elevator?
into the landing room.
You were leaving.
Yeah.
Okay, I will pull up the rear covering in case somebody comes
Alright.
up behind us.
You get to the elevator landing. It's quiet out here. You don't hear any rushing footsteps, or you hit the elevator,
Yes.
hit the elevator.
Brandishing vibra-shetty in one hand, wearing the scrapped remnants of my once precious suit, and just slapping that button.
The elevator looks like it is descending towards you, which means it is on a different floor. It's not left here like when you got here originally. You guys took the
Oh.
elevator down, so something may have gone up the elevator.
Or they called up the elevator to grab guys. So we're gonna go into the vent and wait for this to hit.
That's a good idea.
Okay. So there's an vent in the elevator landing room. Who's going up to the vent to pop it open?
I will.
Mr. Cut,
Yes.
just in
Alright.
case.
The vent actually pops off pretty easily. You don't have to like cut it open or anything.
Excellent.
It actually looks like it is not just a ventilation shaft, but it's also intended to be like a maintenance duct that somebody could like intend to crawl through to get to another section
Yes.
for maintenance. So it's designed to be quick release and open up. However, upon opening it up, I would like you to roll a fear save because you see eyes too many eyes. Why are the eyes like that?
Fucking Jimmy.
It's 8 Jimmys.
You don't catch the entire body of the thing in the ducts that is apparently sitting there waiting for something to approach.
It's
But
an
something
8-eyed
is.
Jimmy.
It appears to be the head of an android, and you can see just naked shoulders
Yeah.
beneath it, but no arms coming off the shoulders. They appear to be attached to something metallic. And the head just has eyes all over it. There's no mouth, there's no nose, just eyes dotted everywhere. Different colored eyes. They appear to be from completely different people, all just kind of like sewn onto this face.
Completely different people?
Yes, they appear to be like
All right.
different people's eyes.
I
So-
fail.
You fail, okay. So one stress.
Not android eyes.
I mean, they look like people's eyes.
A high-pitched scream comes from inside the vents. It's me.
It appears to have been waiting for you to pass by the vent, so when you go to open it, it slices out with sights at you as well. So, like, what's coming from its shoulders appears to not be arms, but something metallic. They look like long-bladed whip scythe things, like scythes that have a lot of joints in them so they can, like, articulate. And these things just kind of shoot out of the vent at you. So, if you would like to roll a body save to try and avoid this, you may.
I will roll that whether I want to or not. Fail.
Question. This elevator, is that flush with the wall, or is it like a tube in the center of the room we could go behind?
Flush with the wall. Yeah.
Damn.
You could hide behind a fake plant. So what we failed?
Yes.
Ooh,
Clearly
that's
we
cool.
see this thing lunging out at him.
You see, yeah, you probably
Well, we
hear some
see
mild panic.
Some sort of
noises.
blades coming.
Yeah, strangely, these blades arcing out of the tunnel don't make very much noise. They appear to be very silent in motion, like this thing is designed to be very sneaky and like a hunter of some kind. So they just kind of slice out. You failed, so that is going to be 18 points of damage as the blade just starts slicing and dicing you.
Okay, well, I'm going to aim the machine gun at the opening to wait to see if this thing attempts to
I'm
come
gonna grab
out.
this nerd and yank him back.
Let's hang on. Excuse me. So let's investors in. Okay. Let's handle the current action first, and
Okay.
we'll get to the real round.
Is there a button on here that'll let me take damage? There's one that lets me roll damage against something else.
There's gotta be. I haven't used the admin bit.
Didn't you manually assign damage to yourself?
Didn't let
I
me-
could just erase the numbers, but
Yeah, I think that's what I
okay.
did. I don't know if that's correct.
No, but I think that was the only way that you
I
made that work.
don't know how deep I investigated the possibilities, but it's a
Is
fairly.
this
All right. So I
simple
take another
app.
wound.
Okay, yes. So one wound. This is from being all sliced and diced.
All right. So that's. Is that gore and massive? Is that bleeding?
I believe bleeding would make the most sense
Okay.
here. Yeah, we'll
This
go.
can't be good.
bleeding.
Which part
There are
did you
different
just
types
lose?
of-
Major artery cut. Bleeding
Uh-oh.
+6. Death save in 1d10 rounds.
Okay, so you are not dead yet.
Okay. I did just hit my second wound. Does that mean I die?
I think you're out of wounds now, and then the next wound will kill you.
Okay.
Is
Does
my
bleeding
understanding.
+6 mean I take 6 more damage?
Good question.
Probably buy a round until death or staunched.
But also death save in 1d10
Close
rounds.
Oh, you're
sense, But just want to make sure.
Yes, I think that's accurate. Save me, rat.
I'm pretty sure
Would you like to make a panic check?
Yes,
my
please.
broken table leg cannot staunch
I am
your wound.
frightened. When encountering what frightened you, make a fear save or gain 1d5 stress.
Oh, good. So you're definitely afraid of this
Yes.
thing, whatever it is.
A fear save at disadvantage.
Internal bleeding. Where is the actual rules on bleeding? Ah, here we go. 32.2.
Oh, there is a take damage button.
Ah,
But
Yeah.
it's under the status report instead of on the roll screen.
There you go. Okay.
Good to know.
Yeah, it's right there.
oh, well, look
So
at that.
bleeding itself is 1 damage per round. And
Okay.
then the additional damage is on top of that. So bleeding +1 is 2 damage per round. So if you have 6, It's
So-
7 damage per round, correct?
Which means
Oh, you're
I
fucked.
next round I'll lose all of my remaining health.
Okay, so somebody's got to stop the bleeding somehow, or poor Meffin is going down. So you all witness just blades, 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 blades. Both of you, please give me a fear save.
Okay.
I have a first aid kit, but I don't exist yet.
You don't exist
Yeah.
yet, it's true.
What's that percentile dice?
Yes, you want to make a fear save.
Yeah, just roll. That's a D8.
At least it's gonna take me
86.
8 rounds before I take a death
One
save.
stress.
One stress.
I'm at 20 stress though, that's nice.
I'm
Stressed.
I think that's within range of instant heart attack.
Is there an upper limit to
I'm at
stress that you
12.
can have?
12's what you got.
Okay.
There's no upper limit, but you roll a d20 and see if what you rolled is under it. So if you're at a 20, you'll always roll under it, right? And I think natural 20 is immediate death, you have a heart attack.
Oh.
So if you're above 20, no matter how high above 20 you are, you're always in danger of that immediate heart attack. It's just going to take you a long time to come down from.
It's okay, if I don't have any blood in my body, I can't have a heart attack, right?
That
That's
is true.
Okay.
Cause of death, lack of blood.
It may have pulled
Should
me
have
apart
packed more
out by
blood.
now.
Cause of death, anemia. Okay, did you succeed your fear save?
No,
Okay, so you added the stress or
one stress.
one stress. Perfect, thank you.
The blades just kind of went through me, and you see them poke out the back of the vent,
Yeah.
and then just come back through the holes that they just made.
Precisely.
And blood is gushing everywhere.
It's
Oh,
got
yeah.
his heart on the end of it and then puts
Oh
it back.
no!
Pat your chest after it puts it back.
What's it right?
We're not collecting this gamble yet, clearly.
Okay. So, we're back in combat, and just to re-explain how these tense situations in this game work, there's a couple options for how it can work, but I like this one the best. I kind of set up the threats of what's happening.
Yes.
You guys all get simultaneous actions to try and stop the threats.
Does this thing have legs?
Sort
I
of.
can't tell.
You haven't seen much right now. You've only seen just like tentacle blades sticking out and poking through Meffin.
Well, I grab him and rip him out of the way.
Okay, so you're trying to get Meffin just out of the way of this thing.
Pull
No,
the
don't
finger
pull the
thing.
weapons out of the holes.
The
That's
only
all that's
thing-
keeping me from bleeding out.
What is Jamie doing?
Machine gun at the vent in case this thing tries to come out.
Okay, so are you just going to shoot as soon as it moves out?
If it comes out, I'm
It
shooting.
comes out still attached to him.
Probably.
Absolutely.
Well, yes, if you end up dragging it out with him, I'm just going to shoot it. So.
And you do get an action as well if you want to try and stop your own bleeding or.
I'm gonna try to hack
frantically
at the
bandage.
tentacles with my vibrachete, because not really in a like attempt to get myself free, but I just had the weapon already,
Yeah.
and I'm just hacking and slashing at the
Okay.
thing hurting me.
Excellent. So.
Wild flaming panic.
I think combat check, and you can see if whatever skills you have are relevant. Combat for you, you're just trying to pull them out of the way, so I think strength. Or speed, whichever one you think is higher, because you're trying to get them out of the way quickly. And then Method, I guess, combat as well, but since you're
Okay.
being pulled out of the way, I think disadvantage.
Okay.
You have firearms training, right?
And military training, yes.
Would my military training help me here?
Yeah,
Okay.
Firearms is probably more specific. I don't know if you can combine two.
I don't
you
know.
choose
Can
the higher, yeah.
you choose the higher, so it's just the 15.
Plus 15.
Yep.
On
The
top.
more specific one will have a higher bonus.
On top of my 49.
I wanted to roll under. I did.
Okay, one stress.
He's
So let's
stuck
see, it's
in there pretty good.
64.
Okay, so you don't get disadvantage then, Taylor, because you're still in the way.
Okay, I got success regardless.
Okay, I rolled a 4.
Okay, that sounds like a success.
Okay.
So both of you can roll damage as, we'll say Meffin is getting pulled back slightly, but it's just not fast enough as this thing starts to crawl out of the vent. And now you can see its full form. It is a single head, human roughly, but it's, clearly not. Because it's like sewn together from pieces and stuff. Attached to a human torso that ends at the rib cage. And poking out the base of the rib cage, poking out of the sides of the rib cage, and from the shoulders are just more of those tentacle scythe things. And so it's just kind of climbing on these things. There's also right out the back of the rib cage, like at the base of the spine, some kind of weird looking organ that's like purple and pulsing, and it's got like little little like pincers at the base of it, like maybe it can stab or something. But
Oh, no.
very weird looking creature.
Is there a picture of this thing in there?
No,
Oh.
sadly. I mean, I could see if
That's its pee organ.
actually. Yes, and it's even more terrifying than I do.
8 to 17,
If you wanna,
I want to see this.
I'll show it to you
17,
briefly. 'Cause I gotta hide
27,
the-
37.
these pages, but this thing is very abstract.
Oh goodness. Lovely.
It's just very
That was a great set of rolls.
weird.
That's cool.
It's-
Can you take a picture of it?
Squiggly meat knives.
I am embarrassed to have rolled an 8 on 3d10.
I rolled a 42 on 5d10.
That's considerably better.
It was a great set of rolling.
All right. An 8.
Yes.
And how many?
42.
42. Okay.
Please.
As you just start to shoot bullets into this thing.
Yes, I'm just letting loose.
Okay, it is going to take 1 wound.
How horrifying.
Um,
It took 1 wound.
It took
From
one
all of
wound
that.
from gunfire, we'll say. So, you shoot it in the neck. A bunch of bullets it blocks with the sides, but it gets a shot wound to the neck, and it backs off and it tries to like retreat into the vents. It appears like it is. You didn't completely kill it, and it definitely could take more punishment. It looks like. But you surprised it with your accuracy of shooting it like in the collarbone, like underneath there. So it's backed off for now, and as soon as it rounds the corner in the vent, like scraping along the vents, silence. You don't hear it at all. You don't know where it is.
Wonderful.
You're still bleeding out. You take
Yeah.
7 damage.
We need,
All right,
to,
I
we
have
need
no-
to leave.
That empties my life, and I don't have a wound to go any further with.
All right. So,
So
I'm going
let's-
to roll a.
yeah.
So
I'll
I'm,
take the
I'm
damage from
assuming
that in a
it's let
second.
him go then.
I'm going to roll a death save,
Alright.
which is a mechanic in this.
You don't get the dignity of rolling your own death save.
No, because it's a secret.
Oh God.
I roll it and I put it on the table, and somebody has to take an action to check. The
Oh,
status
I
of
heard
the
about that in that
Yeah.
video. Right.
Okay. So there is a secret die on the table
Yes.
with Methan's fate on it. You guys don't know where this thing went. It has crawled away. It may be coming back. Who knows? But you may have robots incoming. You may have that incoming. There's Methan on the floor. What are you doing?
Chase it.
Chase
that?
the.
You want to
threat.
chase this thing?
Yeah.
Well, that's smart.
Gun first, up into the vent, and I will drag this asshole into the vent.
Well, does he even look conscious?
There's a lot of blood.
Probably
take a-
not
take
if
a
you don't know
round
if
to-
he's dead or not.
Okay.
You want to take a look?
No, I'm just going to grab his vibro hoodly doodly, and if he resists, then he's conscious, and
I
if he doesn't
do not
resist,
have enough
well,
blood
then-
pressure in my hand to resist.
Man, that's cold.
I
okay.
am,
You
actually.
can at least check his pulse. Jeez.
No time.
You
I,
lift him up off
I
the
don't
ground,
know
his
anything
blood
about
dumps
fixing
on the
his
floor.
problems, so... He's
It's like
You can wring me out.
blood everywhere.
Make an oil spill.
You tilt his body as you lift him, and it's like the blood that hadn't seeped out yet just dumps now because you changed the angle.
Yeah,
It's been
no.
pouring.
What am I going to do for him?
Check to see if he's alive. Come
I don't
on.
bother.
I'll be lighter to
Okay.
carry if you remove the last
You don't
like pipe.
want to go make the same choice he made, do you? That's not. It's like
So your action this round is just to lift the body.
Well, yes,
You're-
it's just
Don't
take
forget I
his
have the
little
rat.
vibro
Make sure to
machete.
take the rat.
Oh, so you're
I
just
will.
taking
I
the
will.
machete from
I'm
him.
just
Okay.
taking the machete. I don't
Okay.
give a shit about the rat.
Oh.
Alright, so you got the machete. What are you doing for the round?
I wanted him to go in the vent so we could all go in the vent.
That's not.
Well, then get
you're
your
not
ass in the
dragging
vent.
him up there.
You're the one with a gun, you have to go first. I don't have any weapons.
How the fuck do you not have? How do I have all the weapons?
You're a soldier!
Yeah, but you
He's
think
a-
you'd have some sort of weaponry to protect yourself.
I'm a janitor.
Holy
Well,
Christ.
there's a mess. Go clean it up.
That was my plan. You get in the vent, I'll grab him.
No. Did you see how many this thing has on it?
I'm gonna consider a round doing
No, it's time to go. We need to leave.
To where?
Anywhere is better than going in there with the thing that goes.
You were just making a run for the elevator. Why are you now making a run toward death?
Death.
The
Spider?
elevator arrives, the door's open.
Great. I'm heading towards the elevator.
Is it Jimmy?
Is it Jimmy? It's a great question. I actually get to roll from this.
What?
It's not chilling.
Oh,
It's
Damn.
okay.
Yes, I'm heading for the elevator.
Okay. So you pick up the machete. So you can
Yes.
add a machete to your inventory.
Where the hell that thing was?
I think machetes are on the table there.
It's a very good weapon.
I'm going to have to get him trained in something. Do you have any useful skills at all?
I should probably roll up a new character while we're waiting.
Since they're just leaving you there.
Yes.
I'm gonna
I
see
would have
if he
taken
can-
another 7 bleeding damage, right? Is it
Yes,
even possible for me to have somehow
I
survived?
think once
in
you
that?
die,
Yeah.
like, once she runs out of wounds, there's still a chance. But I think at this point, the result on this die, the possibilities are
Yes.
you have died.
Mm.
There's a very rare chance that you are just knocked unconscious.
Yeah.
Very rare. And then the other rare opportunities are you die in a couple rounds or you die in a couple minutes.
All right.
So like if people don't take action to potentially revive you,
I am
Yeah.
just gonna make this. Can I just volunteer to have died here?
that's fine. yeah.
Okay.
Let's see what the secret. Oh, you died. Whoa.
Oh wow! I could never have seen that coming.
I was not bothering to try to revive you.
Yeah, that's
No, there's you would try to.
Your gambling debt has been repaid.
You try
so-
artificial resuscitation and you just blow blood out of all the holes in my body
Yeah,
that are now connected to my perforated
I
lungs.
accidentally engaged the machete and dragged it across.
You could
the
literally
chest
reach
there.
into my chest cavity to do a heart massage.
thank you so much for that mental image, Taylor. That will
the
live me
lungs
with me
inflate
forever.
and then slowly deflate by blood spray. It's like a Looney Tunes bit with a water flow.
Is he welcome
You're
into
the
elevator
sputtering
with a
of a
hail
balloon.
gunfire?
Yes. So the elevator has arrived. Yes.
Mm, yes.
Is
But
it empty?
It's empty.
And I drag him into the elevator.
Drag the body to the elevator.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Blood scraped across the floor.
Do you really want to leave a trail of where we went?
Don't
I
forget
think
the
they'll
rat.
know.
Okay, I guess we're getting in the elevator. Where do you want to go?
Out.
Out. He wants to go back
So we
to.
expect a floor 1 or floor -2.
I guess is that out?
Yeah. And I'm going to
Oh,
try
I'm
and
angry
take the
this time.
shreds of his suit and try to tourniquet the motherfucker with absolutely no medical training.
Okay, you just start. You honestly seem like you squirt more blood out when you try to.
Have you ever used a weapon of any sort?
Now ain't the time.
Well, yes, it is because we don't know what's going to be when the elevator opens up. I don't know what's going to be on the other side of that. So.
Jimmy.
I think you'll be surprised to know that only soldiers ever really get regular weapons training.
Can you swing a club? I mean, this machete's pretty much like swinging anything else. Okay, have you ever hit anybody with a wrench?
We used to bare knuckle brawl each other for fun, son. That ain't exactly gonna help against clankers.
This conversation is punctuated by the humming of the elevator.
Do you want this thing or not?
Of course I want the damn thing.
Well, then I'll give him the machete there.
Alright. So that's on this table.
He's less likely to hurt me with that than he is if I give him a gun.
Ding! You guys arrive at the first floor. Human. Are you human too? Just human?
As far as I know, I'm the same person.
Yes. Okay.
Oh God.
So here's what you remember. Back in the first session when you guys got to that blockade and you walked through there, you remember going through there and then suddenly you were alone and you were operating the booth inside. Like you walked through the gate and now you are at the turret inside.
So I have no memory of anything that transpired after that? Interesting.
What would you do upon reawakening? All your friends, your new allies, the people you were walking with for the last 10 minutes at least, suddenly disappeared.
And I'm manning.
Yes, yeah, you're at the turret.
At
The
turret.
other android has just kind of been shoved to the side, but yeah.
So I'm manning the one that I defeated is
Yes.
Gotcha.
But you don't know you defeated it. Because it happened after.
That's true. Yeah, so you,
Oh, so he's
you
just
walk
dead.
through the gate and you're just there and the guy's dead, yeah.
It's okay to come through now, guys.
Yeah. I did something really good. I saved the day, and now my friends are free to
Yeah.
go through.
Did you
I'm a
roll
hero.
different trinket and stuff? Do you have something that's not a rat? I'm curious.
Yes.
Ooh, so your rat is gone.
Well, the rat died a glorious death.
You don't know that.
Because that happened after, yeah. So you're missing your rat.
Oh, so he's on the loose. Okay.
Yeah, he escaped somewhere.
He replaced with something much more interesting.
Ah. So would you stand there and wait, or are you going to look around for people?
Well, I mean, I'm pretty well armed right now. I'm going to see if friend or enemy comes through. Because if enemy come through, I have gun.
So you're just going to wait at the gate? where
Yes.
you're done? Okay.
Because
the
I'm
elevator.
waiting for them to come through, right? Because I've just
Yeah,
cleared the way for them.
makes sense. You hear an elevator ding down the hall behind you, and that's you guys arriving.
Well, how sure am I that this is a lost cause?
If you take an action to examine the body, you're pretty sure.
We had several minutes.
Yeah. So.
He's rigor mortis now.
I loot him.
You get a really
Rat
bloody
get.
rat.
You could just look through things, yeah. You
Has
can
the rat been impaled at all, or
I
is
mean,
it?
this is a boon for you with the cigarettes.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said
What else you
anything.
got?
The rat is not impaled.
Okay, good.
It's not there.
The rat is there, it did not get impaled by the knives.
Neat. What else you got?
Vibrashedi. Well, I just deleted my character. I shouldn't have done that. There's a water
can have more than
purification
one.
kit. There was a camping kit that had a flashlight in it.
It was one of the loadouts, right?
Yes.
Which class were you in? Teamster, right?
I was a teamster, and it was just a random loadout.
So. If you had the camping gear and the water filtration device,
Yes.
it was table entry 3 here, but the vac suit is damaged by the gravity.
If it wasn't before, it is.
Yeah,
now.
first by the grenade, then by the knives.
What is a spanner?
Wrench.
Sure. Right.
Wrench. See?
Why does everybody but you know that?
It is a device
You-
for spamming.
Because he's a
You,
janitor.
you
Actually, you should.
Listen, it could have been any damn thing in sci-fi.
True.
Very
it,
true.
it's an actual, just regular, real world.
They should have just called it a wrench.
Well,
then.
that's what the British call a wrench. They call
Yes.
it a spanner.
The spanner sure sounded like a device.
Oh, are we the space British?
Yes.
Yeah.
We must take a break every afternoon. to
We are
drink our
going into
space
somebody
tea.
else's home
Yes.
to liberate their artifacts
That's
to
true.
return them.
Okay, so you guys have arrived. What are you doing with the corpse?
Leaving it.
In the elevator?
They
Put
don't
it in the
want it.
Jimmy
gonna
locker,
haunt
see what
you.
happens.
Alright, you leave the corpse in the elevator.
That's what he would have done. He would have put it in the Jimmy locker.
That's a good reason not to do it.
Could do it in his memory.
No.
Oh.
Teach him to go first.
What are you guys doing?
We gotta go back.
Back where? Back in or back out?
You're talking going all the way back to the bell.
Oh yeah. I don't feel great. What with the explosion?
Probably have a
Yeah,
little
that
ringing
was
in your
what
ears.
Do you guys want to check any rooms you missed on your way out here, or just go straight through?
Did you still have alcohol left over?
I don't think so. I
No,
think I
you
drank
drank
it
it
all.
all? Okay.
It was important for the
Yeah.
the wrestling experience.
Okay.
I think we'll start on our way out, and then I'll stop and look at where the Jimmy locker was and go.
It's closed.
You don't think?
What's the harm? He's not hostile.
Watch
Okay.
as there's
Could
like
start
a
a
1 out
collection.
of 20 chance of there being Jimmy in there every time we open it. We just keep rolling that.
If he's in there again, we don't wake him up.
No.
No,
No.
no. I'm
No,
gonna
just-
open it.
A body pulls out.
Is it Jimmy?
That looks like Jimmy. Yeah.
Shove him back in next time there's two.
I checked for the cut that I left on him.
It's not there.
Jim him back in the locker.
I'm just holding the hand like,
Never-ending source of food.
Oh,
Gosh. Jimmy
I'm not
punch.
hungry.
I like the way you think.
Nah, just say it.
their
case
team's
of
names were
emergency.
Jimmy and Dean.
I. Very unfortunate.
And Bob.
And Bob.
I'm gonna carry Jimmy.
Why do so many of our campaigns have a sausage component?
It's just good map design.
I'm
Yes.
just carrying Jimmy. I'm bringing him back.
Another one.
Well, we told the other Jimmy to go wait for us, and if we run into him and there's two Jimmys, that will solve something. But if we take our eyes off this one, who knows?
Fair enough.
Can I get the two of you who are witnessing this, and now seeing this Jimmy does not have the same cut that the other one did, all this kind of stuff, right?
I'm pretty sure it's clones.
Yeah, give me a bends check. So you want to roll and see if you get under your bends score.
Percentile or
Percentile, yeah. I think it's pretty,
not even close.
Nope.
yeah, you should have pretty low scores still.
Here, mine's 14. I rolled a 62.
Yeah. Okay. Alright, so you're fine. You don't
Hmm?
feel anything. You're like, yeah, maybe this was some weird cloning thing or something.
Gotta be clones.
Okay.
But why put them in a locker? And who's putting them in the locker?
Dumbass AI.
Mm.
You man, you hear this conversation down the hall.
Oh,
They're talking about dumbass AI and clones and
You're like, those are all human things.
I recognize the voices of my best friends and get very excited.
yes.
We're leaving.
So do you meet in the hallway then? Do you catch up with them?
I don't they come through this way to get back out?
We've
There's
already
technically
passed
two
it.
ways, but
We take whatever the shorter one was, because we're pretty sure the booths are all dead.
I believe the way you're at is not the short one.
Oh,
You just come clanking up behind us.
Good.
call to them, friends. I've cleared the way. Come through.
Pre-recorded message.
Well, I mean, there's multiple Jimmys. Is this one wearing a skin suit too?
You don't see me yet. You're in a different
No,
room.
we
Yeah.
have not heard a description of human yet.
Oh. Hugh.
Yes, friend, fellow human.
Don't you have Hugh's head?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a trick. We're leaving.
Friends.
Okay.
You hear a whisper echo down the hall. This is a trick. We're leaving.
I kind of feel like they should make fear checks.
I've cleared the security booth.
Oh, I'm not scared. I'm annoyed.
You
'cause I
should
hate
be.
that guy.
Poor
Because
guy.
there are two options. The first is there's a bad robot pretending to be this robot and thinking I give a shit, which is just funny and sad. And the second is that it's actually another robot that's exactly the same, and then I'm just annoyed because I was so happy when it died. So I'm not afraid. I'm bothered.
Friends, have you seen my best friend the rat? He seems to be missing.
You're referring to me?
They'll have a flashback to the moment the rat explodes. Inside the tube.
The laser splat.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, we're leaving. This thing can rot here.
Okay, you hear footsteps getting quieter.
Oh, okay.
You're-
They clearly didn't hear me.
a robot rounds the corner and runs towards you.
Clank, 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 clank. Are you robed in human skin this time also?
No. My assumption was that I would have been uploaded into the system and then downloaded into just a random security.
Yeah, and they
Android.
have human skin, but no eyes,
What?
no mouth. They look like mannequins made of flesh.
Oh, well, that sounds lovely and not
Yeah, so
scary at
you
all.
wore somebody else's skin on top before, but you might need to find a body.
Now you're
to
wearing
do
your
that.
own skin on top.
You know, I mean, dress him up in that one.
But I would just look just like a security robot.
So there's a security robot approaching you too.
Do you have like a
Friends.
thumbprint
We
on your
continue
face?
leaving.
You have a face print that's like unique to you.
I hope so.
Probably not. It's even funnier if you
Take out a
don't.
Sharpie and just draw eyes.
Well, as far as you know, you're still wearing human skin.
I'm
Well,
Because
he's
where would that have
wearing
gone?
human skin.
yes.
Sure.
I think we just go to the elevator and again just.
Alright.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
open,
not
right?
wasting ammo on this because it's not doing anything threatening at the moment.
It's
so-
running toward you down the hallway. That's great.
That's running.
It's very
The other
happy
thing
to
was
see you.
with
That's-
you know,
that's
slicey
very-
daisies.
Once that's your standard of threatening, that's fair to say that's
I
not
don't have that many bursts.
You hit the button on the elevator,
I'm not that wealthy.
and it does not arrive before He-Man catches up to you. It takes a few rounds.
Dan was
I thought
kind of
the
hoping they
elevator
would be
was-
stuck here until we came back, and we just open the door and they'd be there like they were the first
Yeah, that
time.
would be good too.
Hi, you seem to have forgotten.
What an embarrassing miscalculation on your part.
You forgot someone else too.
Where's our other friend?
This one's covered in blood.
Which other friend?
The other one. Wasn't there no? Am I imagining things with my human imagination?
Roll me a bounce check, please, He-Man.
Oh,
And in fact, add 10 to your bounce.
Mm.
what do I do?
Ben's,
Be like lower right on your sheet, I think, on the front page.
yeah, Ben's is a score you can keep. Maybe you want to keep it as a note.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't see that as a.
Yeah, it's custom for this campaign, so I think.
Oh,
you can add
okay.
it as a note.
Oh yeah, I'm just remembering. I put my bends. in
I
the
do not
at the bottom.
remember the
That's okay.
the
So
specific.
start with
Would they start at any bends if they were just uploaded into a body that is in this?
I think that
together?
weird experience would definitely do something.
Okay.
So roll a d10 and add 10. That's your starting.
Give me
bonus.
D10.
That whole experience
Five.
of being uploaded and
Yeah.
being
So
downloaded
15.
is definitely something that would-
They never got to leave.
Should I roll that also for new character? 1d10 plus 10.
We'll figure out when we get to
Okay.
your character's introduction because you may be introduced in the battle. Or
Yeah.
something. Yeah. So once you have that score, try roll a d100 and see if you get under it.
What?
Oh, did you d10 plus 10? Did you,
Yes.
What'd you get?
15.
15. Okay. So roll a
Very
d100
average
and see
indeed.
if it's under 15 or equal.
Roll both of these?
Yep.
Okay.
52.
Okay, so you're fine.
Oh, yay.
You're good.
I definitely understood that entire
You're just
process.
like you're adding another skill that you have to.
You need to roll high for the bends.
Yeah.
Gotcha,
As
but-
opposed to almost every other thing that goes on there.
That's odd.
Yeah.
Well, it's a if you roll low, it triggers something, which is a little weird. I agree. But, the more bends you get, the higher the chance of something happening with you. Yeah.
Understood.
But it is weird that it's reversed. It's kind of like stress. It's more like stress where you want it to be.
Do you think they're all like this?
That'd be nice.
Well, it would be.
I mean,
I mean, they haven't attacked us yet.
clearly at least one of them ain't.
Ding! The elevator arrives, and Taylor's character is inside.
Oh boy.
So I just gotta
okay.
roll that d10 then,
All
sorry,
right.
Benz, because you did enter.
We did have another friend, didn't we?
15. That's
Yeah.
Oh, you don't need that 10. So
He
it's
tried
fine.
Oh,
to crawl
just
in the
fine.
It's
vent.
fine, yeah.
It didn't go well.
So, my new character is an android, and my body is just like
Good. now
the
there's
shape
two
of a
them.
human skeleton, but I have a hazard suit, and it's just kind of like vacuum wrapped over my skeleton body, but then I have just a perfectly normal looking bald human head on top. I just raise my hand and I say, "Hello, I am Marv."
I don't think that's a human.
No, it's not.
Did you call this elevator?
Yeah.
I guess I would have a revolver in my hand that's just like pointed out. Probably pointed at you.
The door opens, there's a gun pointed at you.
Oh, you can talk. Lovely. I step to the side. Will you join me in this elevator?
Are you a human?
No.
I am.
Hello.
Hello.
You seem nice.
I am.
Why are you on good terms with a security android?
Horace?
I don't know any security androids.
I was not talking to you.
No.
It's defective.
Clearly. In a good way or in a bad way?
It needs to go have its memory erased.
I see.
What are we doing, Horace?
We are going to go back to the bell because we exploded.
It looks like something exploded beside you. Are you telling me that you exploded?
A little. Don't point that at me.
The more you talk, the more worried I am.
You're the one pointing a gun at me.
Yes, because I am worried. Most things that explode do not look unexploded afterward.
I like gesture to all the blood.
Mm-hmm.
Put the gun down, Clanker.
Okay. I am going to stand a little bit further away from you, in case you explode again.
That's
I take
fair.
a skeletal step to the side.
We get in the elevator.
A skeletal step.
I did not sign on for that.
We're gonna get to a full android party.
You think I signed on to work with clankers?
I have no idea why the hell you're here.
To kill clankers, probably.
Your
It's like
prejudice
the
is
clanker
noted.
factory.
I do wish to make it clear that your prejudice will not interfere with any professional relationship that may develop between us. I welcome all forms of prejudice.
Great. You know, I literally heard that exact line at my last job. Word for word, same voice.
Look at it this way. You don't have to feed it.
I wasn't
It has no
worried.
use for loot.
I want to go back.
Neither of those statements is accurate. However, I appreciate you speaking on my behalf.
We go back up the elevator.
I like him.
I'm just staring angrily at both the new clankers through the unconscious Jimmy Husk.
Who has not woken up yet.
That's good. Don't want him to.
What are you doing with that corpse?
He's not dead.
Oh, that is
He's asleep.
Retrieval mission.
like-
I
Likely-
promise you if we slap him,
For the
he'll wake
best.
up. We've done this a couple times already.
Is Jimmy standing there in the port where we told him to stand?
He is. The elevator arrives, ding, doors open.
This is good,
How is this good?
because it confirms my theory. See, if Jimmy was a teleporting ghost, then
What?
the crazies on the bell were right. And I don't want that.
Okay.
Jimmy hears you approach and looks over at you, and then he just kind of like greets you first. He sees Jamie first.
I got Jimmy slumped over facing
Yes.
that way.
And then as he looks through, he starts like counting, like, okay, you two are new. That's weird. Then sees you with Jimmy on your back, and he just kind of stops and like stares at you as you guys approach.
Hey, Jimmy. Remember how I said you might be a clone?
Starts breathing heavier
Easy now, boy.
and heavier.
You're gonna be
raise my
fine.
revolver at him. Please be calm.
He's okay.
These individuals do not seem violent.
He was asleep before. He's the one that we slapped and woke up. That's why we know this
He's
one's
just a
asleep.
little on edge.
Oh, I see. I lower my gun.
Now, Jimmy, I need you to breathe with me, fella. Slower. A little bit faster. You're doing great.
Moderate amount of breath, please.
All right, Jimmy.
Can you put me down?
Yeah, I was planning to. I just wanted to make sure you weren't gonna lose you.
You're
You're gonna do
Jimmy.
all right.
This is James.
As soon as the body hits the floor, he starts running over towards the body. Some of you had guns pointed if you want to shoot him, but if not, you can let him keep running.
We're just gonna let him.
What, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jimmy's done
I'm
nothing
just keeping my gun
hostile.
lowered.
It's gonna be all right.
He tackles his own body and straddles it and raises his fists to start beating down on that.
I just grab the hands.
Okay, strike check. Jimmy's also gonna roll. Jimmy rolled a 71, he fails.
I
You
rolled a
have no eyes,
99.
I don't know about the
That's a
mouth.
critical fail.
Please refrain from violence. There's no need
So,
for it.
You gain a stress and make a panic check. As maybe you reach out to grab Jimmy's hand and he just punches you first to like get your hand off of him.
How does panic?
Roll the d20 and see if it's under your stress.
It is my stress.
Okay, so what is your stress?
6.
6. You are frightened of Jimmy after witnessing this. So you are at disadvantage to fear saves. You already were from the clankers. Whenever you encounter, yes, you have a fear save at disadvantage whenever you encounter your fear, which is Jimmy. So roll me a fear save at disadvantage.
Double this.
I feel like this is the same encounter.
Yeah, but I mean it doesn't say anything about that. It's just.
Do you need
You
help,
encounter-
friend?
Well, it's
No,
when I
just-
encounter him, but this encounter caused
he
the
need to-
sanity check, so
Just let this go. I want to see what happens.
fail.
Yeah, they're kind of meant to spiral. Okay, so
This is
you
the
gain
game where
1d5
things spiral.
stress. So, one stress. So you are frightened of Jimmy, he knocks you aside, and then he goes wham onto his own head and just starts beating down. He's like straddling the body and just hitting on the head of his unconscious body. He appears to be completely psychotic at the moment. He's
I'm going to put away my pistol and reach out and try to stop Jimmy. Please refrain from this needless violence
I'm the
against
real
your
one.
own
I'm the
clone.
real one, you don't understand.
Should I roll strength?
You can if you want to restrain him, yeah.
Alright, can I add military training
I
to
want to see
this?
what
Yeah.
happens if one of them dies, if the other one dies.
Is that likely?
That's
I
a
don't
fail.
know.
Alright, one stress.
Normally,
Jimmy shakes
you don't
off as
see
well,
twins
just
like that.
headache.
Oh
In
dear.
humans.
I know
Like-
that.
Everybody who witnesses this, give me a sanity save. Yes. So Jimmy is not in his right mind. Something weird is going on here.
Alright, I'm just
Even me again.
You already paid enough for it.
Failure. Dear goodness, this is
Failure.
most illogical behavior for a human to engage in.
Alas, I failed. Because my sanity sucks so badly.
Yep. So stress.
Oh, good.
Is the unconscious human that you retrieved more important than the human who is currently performing the violence?
They're the same one.
I see. I'm gonna shoot Jimmy in the head.
Oh,
Okay.
Let's
conserve
the
the less violent instance.
I'll say combat at advantage,
Okay.
since he's clearly not paying much attention to you. So if you're not trying to stop him, like.
Did you
physically.
want to stop?
No, I want to see what happens if
Critical
one of them,
success.
Oh,
I want to see if one of them dies, if the other one dies.
I think the other one might be dead.
Just boom, just top half of the head just explodes outwards, and Jimmy falls over, and there's now
That was-
2 very dead Jimmys on the ground.
11 damage.
Yeah, Jimmy did not have much to him.
We have preserved the less violent of the two.
he
Oh.
We have done good work here.
I'm not sure you preserved him, but okay. You stopped the more violent.
I'm gonna do first aid on the Jimmy that's on the ground. That is not the one I shot, the one that was just being beaten up.
You go down to do first aid, and you see that the face is like.
Oh
Oh.
dear, I did not act quickly enough.
You'll have
He's
to
not
wait to see the
This
original
is a
Jimmy.
consistent flaw of mine. I'm
Well,
going to
no,
use.
because that
I have a
means that
defibrillator. I'm gonna use it on
The
him.
one on the ground was probably dead while the other one was still active, so they're not linked. They don't both die at the same time. So.
I just keep staring like, yeah, you can come pick us up.
This, you kick on the radio, and
Would
Arcady just hears screaming and
Would you like me to use a roll to defibrillate the body?
Sure, do intellect, I think.
Okay. I do not have a skill that I think applies to this unless military training could
Horse.
somehow
I don't
apply.
think so.
I
Okay.
don't think we should mention this to the Jimmy
Success.
on the bell.
Alright.
I think we should kill that one.
I have an intellect of 50.
Well, I didn't really want to bring
don't
him
have
back
very
to the bell to
other
begin
rolls.
with, but
You were saying something about infinite food.
well, yes, the one in the locker is an infinite food supply
The,
potentially.
The whole body jolts. The arms start to make some like flailing, like pained motions as they grip towards its head, but like they can't quite make it there, and then just collapses again.
Well, we gave it the old university try. Okay,
Good
wipe
job.
his blood off my arms and stand
Yes.
up.
Did you say I have no mouth and no eyes?
Correct, unless you want to draw them on or add your, add some extra human flesh or whatever.
Do you know
I
anybody
will,
that
just
buys
not
clankers?
right now. When I have the
But little.
opportunity.
There might be an opportunity here.
I don't like it.
You do notice, I mean, one of their heads got completely blown off, the other one got caved in. No robot parts inside.
Hmm.
Do you know anybody that buys slaves?
No.
Because there's an opportunity there too.
I mean, the military exists. Androids are probably cheaper and easier to maintain, though.
So as far as we know, Horace, we've got an unlimited supply of jimmies. And at least
Let's not try to conceptualize a way to offload infinite personnel from a military cordon.
I'm just saying.
If we can
You
figure
just
out
gotta
what's...
slowly infiltrate all of the ships orbiting and replace all of the staff with jimmies.
Maybe the
And then
real
you-
treasure was the friends you enslaved along the way.
If we can find out what's making the jimmies, maybe we can trade that for safe passage out of here.
Well, that would be very useful.
But,
Or maybe we could find somebody more useful to clone than Jimmy.
you think you'd
bullets.
punch your clone to death?
Fair enough. Was a hell of a display.
I wasn't a fan.
You don't seem to be a fan of anything.
Not these days.
Gotta get him a hobby.
Arcades' ship has arrived. He kicks open the door and he like squints out and sees the two bodies out there and just shakes his head like,
Classic.
Classic Jimmy.
you know. Does not mention it. He just like, no, you can see he notices it.
He doesn't know who they are. Their heads got blown away.
Sure.
It's just dead people.
He just sees two bodies, yeah. Just two dead bodies in the dock, though, I think is the...
Hey, Arcade,
So,
you seen Jimmy lately?
He was back at the bell, yes.
He was also that one and that one. They're clones.
Yes.
Don't know why they have memories of you and the bell.
Huh. New threats, I suppose.
We're gonna kill the Jimmy up there.
I have no issue with this, no. Not on the bell. If you can get him down into the place and do it here, I do not mind. No violence on the bell, though. Ground rule.
That's fair.
If you could trick him, I do not care.
I don't think it'll be hard.
Poor Jimmy.
No. Do not feel bad
That was
for
out of
that
character.
motherfucker.
but tell him we found
Poor
Bob.
Jimmy. That was in character.
Much better.
We'll tell him we set a trap for
Yes,
Bob.
He is very poor, actually. He cannot afford anything right now. He probably wants to go back in to get...
But tell him we found Bob. Bob's got a bunch of loot.
Yeah, but Bob betrayed him, so I think he'll go for vengeance instead.
That's what I'm saying. I go down. He'll come down to whack Bob, get the loot from Bob. We whack him.
We just make him go first, shoot him as soon as we get off the ship.
Are we going back?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
We could get him to go in the vent.
I assume you guys are walking down the
Yes.
ship. The door slides closed and you can continue to converse as it...
Bad day.
For whom?
Everyone.
Everyone.
I don't know how to tell you this, but you are at the deep. I don't think you will find many good days here, but,
Yesterday was good.
well, you were lucky.
If one maintains a positive outlook, any day can be a good day.
It's annoying as shit.
Are you going to kill this one too when you bring it back?
Probably.
I will keep that in mind.
Why are you bringing a security android with you?
That's the other one.
Hello, friend.
So it died, and now it's back.
Oh, you.
Well, what you do with your own time is fine, just no violence on the bell. No violence on the bell? No violence on the bell?
No violence on the bell.
No violence on the bell.
Acknowledged.
Good enough for me. You bring things out, I pay you.
What a wonderful opportunity.
Well, we brought that out.
Hmm.
What's it worth?
I am an individual. You cannot
Well,
trade
you could-
me for currency.
You could scrap it for a logic core, I give you 1,000 credits.
It was 1,500 last time.
That's 1,000 credits.
You son of a bitch.
Pretty sure it was always 1,000.
It probably was.
I like the devastation though. Yeah.
Are you selling him Q's head?
Yeah. So I got this head.
Yes, 1,000 credits.
It downloaded a bunch of data from their servers. Might be worth extra. Since
Oh.
we're new to this partnership,
May I see?
no.
Oh, okay.
I'll do you the solid of letting you see what's in there before you decide how much more to give me for it.
You have a deal. You're right back at the bow.
So this one's only worth the chip.
Generally, yes, that is the
Okay.
important part.
What are your components worth? Were I to scrap you?
You have to ask him.
What are his components?
What are his components
the other
worth?
parts are too heavy, too large to smuggle out of here without being worth much. Yeah, logic tip is tiny, but very valuable.
They're talking about
Oh.
the meat organs.
I am not one to engage in cannibalism. I do not know, but I'm sure in some markets there are probably specialties and such, but
I
it's
see.
not something I engage with.
I shall have to keep my ears out. Big smile.
Did you bring this
Flat
one in?
expression.
No,
So this is another defective.
maybe. Could be trick.
Are
I
you
would keep
worried
an eye on it.
about tricks on the bell? Does it usually send clankers to come kill you?
This is a complicated question.
Well, you don't have much in security.
No, but yet I stay alive.
You making a deal with it?
No, but let's just say this is something you will all have to come to terms with yourself at some point. But I am no longer sure I am not a robot.
We can check.
No, can you? I have tried.
Really? How deep you cut?
You know, the robots in there, they are very human-like. There is no way that I know of to check if they are human or not.
At some point, one must question, what does it matter?
He
I
has a
spent-
point.
I have spent about a decade asking that particular question.
It matters a great damn deal.
Yes,
We all have our opinions.
I have chosen to not. Well, I've had a lot of time. I have thought about it very deeply. I have chosen not to decide one way or another. I have chosen to remain sort of outside of it.
You're pretty deep in it, son.
Oh yes, but it is also why I have not left. Who knows if the trick of me leaving that place in the first place, if the trick of any of you leaving that place in the first place, will only activate once you get outside of the barricade. I do not know. I do not know what evil I would unleash on the world if I did so, so I stay here.
Has no one ever left?
Oh, people have left. They usually bribe their way out, get some smuggling back and forth, but it's very rare that someone actually goes in and comes out and then leaves. But it does happen, and those people become very rich, I'm sure. Which could be all of you. Perhaps you will be happy story.
Ain't nothing happy about my story.
You are at the deep. You don't tend to come here if your story was happy.
I think I knew a guy whose story was pretty happy.
Yes. Oh,
He's still down there now.
Where is the other one? Oh, I see. Yes. That's with all the blood.
Grenade slicer bot.
Oh,
Oh dear.
you met the hunter.
Suppose. Not a fan.
No. He knows you're sent now. Roll fear save. Those of you who saw it.
Nope.
And is it androids do them at, androids are just basic, but everybody else does them at
Correct.
disadvantage, right?
You didn't see it.
I actually think because
No,
we
you
have
didn't.
two androids, we have the rare case where both of you are causing fear saves at disadvantage for each other.
Oh yeah, because the trauma response is just fear saves are made by close, friendly players
So
at
we're rolling this at
disadvantage.
disadvantage with them standing here?
We are afraid of each other.
Everyone has disadvantage on fear saves because there is.
Woo!
That's too bad, because that was
Well,
a
you
critical
didn't see the
success.
thing, so.
Yeah, but I'm still hearing of its horror.
Well, he said whoever saw it.
41 still
Oh, is it
wins,
just whoever
so
saw it?
I
That's what he
succeeded.
said.
Yeah.
Okay, then I don't.
But it would be entirely like you to volunteer to roll it.
That was the last character.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the androids weren't in there before, so you did.
No.
Okay. So you've arrived back at the bell.
Don't worry, it cannot follow you onto the bell. There is no violence on the bell.
That's true, he did say that.
No, what he says is we're not allowed to cause violence on the bell. He didn't say there was no violence.
Well,
on the
indeed.
bell.
It would not be allowed to come to the bell if it did not agree.
No, we did not agree prior to now.
I did.
So, you guys gonna talk with people to get some rumors? You want to rest and recover
think-
some stress?
You wanna find Jimmy?
Jimmy is a problem for exactly when we're about to leave and not a moment before.
I'm gonna sell Hugh's head.
Okay. Get the date off of it.
Yes.
Sounds good. So Hugh's head had a bunch of data on it. I think that was listed in here somewhere.
You're gonna get a copy of the data.
Only if it matters.
Wasn't it like maps and things?
Yeah, did we? I think. Oh, you probably posted on Discord like a number I had you roll, right? For what data you got?
You did post what data it was.
Yes. Mothership. Fairly recent data drive came from a demon hunter roll of 64. Thank you, Taylor.
What was that?
You had posted something on Discord for us as a note.
Oh, yes.
Thank you. Where was that?
For data, check D. For dick.
Yeah, true. Exactly. It's not on this table.
Where was
the
it?
hell was it?
Always?
You sure it was 64?
Was it just in that room?
That's what I was also taking a look at real quick, yeah.
So I don't have that any longer either, because that went away with my suit.
Oh, yeah, there was multiple things, I think.
Pretty sure we could power game this by constantly rolling to search every room because I'm pretty sure it just checks a table.
A lot of random encounters
You
that
can
way.
do that.
But like, I don't want it because it's fucked up.
Anytime you search, it takes time, you get a lot of random encounters, and yeah, you probably can't search the same room twice in a run, but you can search a bunch of
Yeah, but
stuff.
there were many rooms that we skipped by, which were all technically opportunities, but logically wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, if you're paranoid and greedy enough, anything makes sense.
Correct. I am neither of those
I
things.
like human 2.0's face.
Yeah, that's
I like
hand
I like the
painted
neck
on.
tendons.
Okay, so you had a bunch of encrypted data which you couldn't figure out. Additionally, you had some sort of like you had the data you couldn't figure out. That was just you just stored that as data. You had communication logs that were a bunch of incomprehensible code. Just a bunch of data being sent out into space somewhere. You don't know where it was being sent. It had no like send address. It was just like the broadcast dishes were pointed at an unknown point and just sent in that direction. There were a bunch of what sound like threats to the blockade in a very pleasant, like very HR training video sounding voice. There was navigation data for the bell, which was interesting, which is why you wanted Arcady to see it, I believe.
Yes.
And then a whole bunch more data that was sent in smaller packets to just very random places all over the place. So Arcady will take a look through it and say, well, the encrypted data I cannot access, but this does appear to be very valuable. It's very strong encryption. If you could get this to the right buyers, I'm sure they would pay you an extremely large amount of money for it. But you could try to crack it open yourselves and see what's on it.
And a tech guy.
You got a tech guy? Okay, perfect. So if you can get that out to your tech guy and work on it, that'll be great. Otherwise, it's very interesting to me that it has data from the bell. Perhaps these tricks of sending people to the bell and back has garnered some data. This does make sense. This is valuable intel. For all of this, I will pay you, including the logic core, 3,000 credits.
Alright. Here's hoping that this isn't a sign of hostility towards where I'm sleeping at night.
Sign of hostility towards where you're sleeping tonight.
Yeah, if the AI has problems with the bell.
Well, I do not think it has problems with the bell. I think it sees this as an opportunity. If I had to guess. We're in sort of a symbiotic relationship. We don't mess with it too much. It becomes a little bit of chaos, and we present opportunities for things to get smuggled outside. It can potentially pass its influence out through our smuggling lines. And who knows, perhaps I am being controlled by it all this time. I do not know. I do not think about such things too deeply.
I can appreciate a man who keeps his head down.
I am just trying to survive.
Aren't we all?
Yes. You can keep the encrypted data. I have no use for it. If you find something useful on it that you think may be of use to you, feel free. But you may want to find an external buyer to smuggle it to, or and decrypt it yourselves.
I assume we have a way to contact the outside world.
Not easily, no. The blockade is very. I mean, we can do long range.
Thorough.
Just slow communications, it will take time, but delayed response to a star a few light years away, it will be years of waiting, but if you have a closer destination in mind, then perhaps there's easier communications.
We gotta get that space Uber back here somehow.
Yes, if you can ride your way past the blockade, somehow you might be able to get to a ship that can warp you somewhere faster, but not easy.
Burn that bridge when we come to it. You got any spacesuits?
You can procure spacesuits, yes. I don't have many, but we do bring some back occasionally. I could get you the cheapest spacesuits with an hour of time and space for 4,000 credits each.
How about I give you 3,500 and you call it an investment again? Last time you gave me tools, I brought you ahead with a bunch of data. I got some storage crates that are out in 0G. I just need to walk out to those. And whatever is in it's coming back to you.
I don't see why not.
Okay.
Okay.
How,
He has
I
one,
like
so I
this
hope so.
deal.
Oh, he's
How
already got
about
one, okay, because I
you
was
leave
going
the
to
encrypted data
arm
drives to
you
me,
with an
and if you die, I
SMG
keep
if you didn't have
He
one.
did that last
And
time.
then if you come back, you
So
get
somebody
it back.
has it.
I've
I'll
got
just
it,
hold
I
on to
took
for
it
you.
back from Hugh when Hugh got blown up.
I will need to find more bullets. I've only got
You know what? I'll call that a fair deal if you throw in any kind of firearm.
Yeah, I've got all Hugh's
Firearm.
bullets.
Androids and
SMG,
revolvers
SMG.
made me a more iconic.
There were 2
You
clankers
only had
patrolling
5
that floor
bullets.
and the hunter.
I've now got 7
If I'm leaving you my
cases of
biggest
bullets
chip,
at this point.
Then it's in your
Be
best
from
interest
Westworld.
for me to die.
How often do you play in the dark?
I'll give you one
With
SMG,
this
one
die,
round of
that would
ammunition,
come up.
or one magazine of ammunition.
take it.
And we'll hold on to that data drive from you, and you can have the, and
We have one.
so you can have an SMG and the hazard suit is the one that's the cheap one.
Do you have more?
Yes.
Anyone spending some time resting on the ship?
I'm gonna go look for Jimmy.
Okay.
Yeah, I do need to heal a little bit.
You don't know, Jimmy.
So you've not been on the Bell before, I believe.
I have not.
So you just go wandering around.
I assume.
You find the little circle of candles and you follow that whole line.
Yeah, I had an SMG if you needed an SMG there.
I got this one for free, it's okay.
Oh, well, so I get this one for free too.
And you could kill more robots to get more. You eventually make your way to the chapel, and you find Jimmy sort of meditating in the 0G, just hovering in front of that cross, just like cross-legged and just kind of like sitting there. The many-armed cross that was
Yes.
different weird angles.
Hello, Jimmy.
Ah, hello.
I am Marv. I have recently joined with individuals who claim to have transported you here. I have come to bring
Oh.
you
Those
some
people, right.
vital information. However, I require your guarantee that you will remain calm and not act with violence toward yourself or others. Violence is, after all, forbidden in the Bell. Are you
I'm very
prepared,
calm,
Jimmy?
yes. Did you find where the Minotaur is?
I do not know what the Minotaur is, so likely no.
That's a shame.
What is the Minotaur, Jimmy?
Our salvation.
Oh, that is good news. What are its details, Jimmy?
Mark's in a cult now.
He's been here for 20 hours.
Freaking clunker cultist.
Well, Marv's been here 20 seconds and he's converted.
The Minotaur is a helpful god.
I feel like Jimmy has to check his notes. He's new too.
Yes.
He's like, it was
In between breaths.
He's a
helpful guy. He's coming. You get the sense that he's also just kind of coming up with bullshit because he doesn't know anything about the Minotaur. But he's lying about his religion. So he's saying very vague things. It's like, I underwent the sacrament,
They cut off his penis.
and I've
Twice.
never felt better.
This is how you tell this version of Jimmy from the other ones. You gotta pull his pants down.
Yeah, clearly.
Not circumcised, is he?
This one's a eunuch.
I am glad to hear that you are feeling well, Jimmy. I would like to learn more of this Minotaur at a future time.
Your footsteps approach behind you, And that very wide smiling face, the lady
Yes.
who's completely bald, and she looks like this.
Oh, yes.
Noriko. She walks behind you, she's got the bright red spacesuit on. And she says, "Are you here to undertake the sacrament? Are you here to learn
No.
about the Minotaur, our savior?"
I am not. I am here to converse with Jimmy, but at a later time I would dearly love to return here and learn more. I am Marv. Who are you?
I'm Noriko.
Hello, Noriko.
Well, the sacrament is always open.
Thank you. Jimmy, the first piece of information I have to give to you.
Man, android, really vaginal. Mark,
What?
Ow.
trying to see what his name is in anagram for.
Just Martha.
No?
I do have dots in front of my letters, but I haven't decided if they mean anything yet.
He was a gynecologist.
Jimmy, the first piece of information is that either you are the prototype of several clones, or you are yourself a clone. 2 clones, also called Jimmy, which looked identical to you, recently expired on our way out of the deep.
You're the next of Jimmy.
Yes, the Minotaur has shown me these things.
Oh, that is very good.
The Minotaur has assured me that I am the original.
Oh, that is also good to know. I will keep that in mind for future encounters with your clones. The second piece of information is those who brought you here intend to lure you back to the deep and murder you, seeing that violence is forbidden on the Bell.
I have no need to enter the Bell until we find the Minotaur.
That is good. That is all I had to tell you, Jimmy. Goodbye.
Can't
I am
just
sure we
find
will
it.
speak again.
He returns to meditate.
I return to just...
Meditation
the rest
isn't
of
even
it.
part of what they're doing, right?
He's just chilling. Can you blame him?
He managed to, in 0G, push himself up to the middle, right in front of the cross, just stop in midair somehow. Maybe he had to like...
You gotta...
It took several
you
tries
gotta
of like,
blow in there.
Yeah, exactly. And then stop perfectly in front of the cross and not be like rotating.
well, the first
Got a
time he
little
just
can of
closed his
air.
eyes and then eventually he smacked his head.
Yeah. Some prankster could come in here and just go like... Get the super dimension.
Throw tiny rocks at him.
Who else is doing stuff?
I'm going to go chain smoke rat cigarettes.
Classic.
So what do I need to do to heal the little bit of healing that I need to heal?
If you have hit point damage, you can roll a body save.
Hey, I succeed.
Nice.
Nope.
How much do I do?
You go up to your maximum health, you do not change your wounds if you have any wounds.
Didn't get any.
I failed.
Okay. So you can try again on a future day, but for this day you just don't end up healing it. The
Okay.
wounds you have, they're going to take longer. If anyone wants to heal stress, there is a way to heal stress as well. I know you roll your lowest save, but I forget how much stress you get back. But it's going to take some time just resting.
Nope.
Mine succeeded, so do I remove the stress that I have?
If you have 1 stress, then yeah, you can remove it.
I have
It's a die roll.
Three, so
Minimum is 2,
Yeah,
so
So you go down to 2, yeah, whatever you want.
yeah.
How do I relieve stress? Okay, so you
I
make
feel
your
like I
worst
wasted
save.
such a good roll.
I have a save of 17, so I should probably just never try.
Oh no.
You never know.
It's my body, that's why I'm a skeleton.
Yes. You're
I'm a fragile boy.
continually increasing in stress right now.
Just be a very
You
nervous
just need to
skeleton.
trigger a lot of panic checks to try and get that adrenaline roll every time. So, if you succeed on the roll, you reduce your stress by the 1-digit roll on your D100 roll. That's how much stress you reduce. So effectively 1 kind of stress removal, but fancier. And there's Ben's recovery as well. It's in here somewhere. So So many books to flip through.
Mm.
There we go. Bins.
Pamphlets, really.
So if you guys spend a whole week away from the deep, you could reduce your bends a little bit.
Gotcha.
None of you have super high bends yet. So that's up to you.
What would high be?
Oh, well, it's a percentage check, right? So if you,
Oh, okay.
right now, it's up to whatever risk you want to take, right? If you get the 30 bends, then you have a 30% chance to trigger bend stuff.
I think we probably wait an extra day just to see if the soldier heals.
Yeah, you can wait some extra time.
Alright.
Give it one extra day.
One extra day. Okay?
In the meantime, I'm gonna play that tape we had in my radio.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. We need to acquire ammunition.
So you found the radio, and you have
But
that tape.
prohibitively expensive.
I don't know, you gotta talk to Arcadia.
I think
We
everything
wrote
was.
down where the tape, what number the tape was.
Well, yes, Arcadia is prohibitively expensive.
I didn't. I don't remember who had it
That's gonna
first.
have
I've
to
got
go
it,
like-
I've
just
got it,
find
it just said audio cassette.
Oh, you cassette.
I don't think we,
Oh, I found it, okay, it's 97.
okay.
So you put in the tape, are you putting it in where everyone can hear, or are you just listening to it?
Well, it's my radio and his tape, so I think we do it when we're back at sleeping space.
Okay.
Do you wanna do it around the clankers or just you and I?
I feel like they're just following us.
Yeah, I'm just following
Okay.
you around.
We cannot escape the clankers.
No.
I'm your best friend.
Okay. So you plug in the
Yes.
tape, you hit play. You hear some scuffling and shuffling, like it's being recorded by like an attached microphone on somebody or something like that. Somebody's like crawling or moving around, and then you hear some arguing. The arguing are your voices, the four of you, these characters. These characters are currently arguing with each other about leaving the deep. And some of you are in favor of leaving immediately, others of you are like trying to think like, we can't leave now, one of us is an android, but like secretly an android. So they're trying to figure out which one of you two was secretly replaced by an android. And you're like arguing back and forth, the robots are getting involved, and so on and so forth. There's gunfire, there's sounds of fists beating, there's more gunfire, there's sounds of screaming, and then the tape cuts off. Everybody gets plus 1d10 bends.
Good job. I need to figure out how to do that.
9.
There.
Goodness me.
Goodness me.
That didn't happen. How strange.
It's another damn trick.
Do we remember that happening?
No,
I don't remember
it
that.
did not
happening.
happen.
Are you sure?
Are you sure?
Yes.
I'm damn sure.
I'm damn sure.
I thought you were human.
We only spent a few brief moments in the deep together. We certainly didn't have that conversation in those few moments. I certainly don't recall either one of you being an android.
It said one of us is an android.
It's idiotic. I'm the only one who would
the
give a
conversation
shit.
would have been about one of the two of them, since we both know that. Well, okay,
I think one of them might be an android.
you might also be an android. It's possible.
Not me.
I guess we'll never know for sure.
That was a stupid conversation. I'm the only one who would give a shit, and I know damn sure I am one.
But he said
Why
there was
would
no way
that
to
stop
tell.
us from leaving?
Do you not find it unsettling
And I
that
wouldn't
something
care
else
if you
could
were.
so accurately mimic your voice and your
Nah, AI can do
mannerisms?
tons of shit these days. They had that shit back in the 2020.
What year is
If I
it?
heal. Nope.
So, just going over some stuff.
Mm.
I think you currently have a condition of being afraid of Jimmy.
Yes.
Which is ongoing. So if you write that in your conditions box.
So he's not just afraid of the one he killed.
Yeah, he is
He's afraid of all Jimmys.
That's why I wanted him dead.
So you can recover from that, but it's a longer term recovery than just sitting down for a nice
If I
nap.
need to kill you, I'll get a tie
I
Jimmy
think
to
he
a
was
stick
kind of
and
afraid
use
of
it.
Jimmy to begin with.
I'm just gonna shoot him.
You would probably, for something like a fear condition, you probably need counseling, and probably the only person on board who would be willing to give that to you is Noriko, so.
Jimmy looks pretty chill. He could probably counsel you.
I'm gonna kill Jimmy.
It's exposure therapy, just Jimmy's right there.
Jimmy T-pose and goes
So
right
if
down
you
and
write
it's
that down, it's just afraid of Jimmy,
in the middle of the chamber.
just so we remember. Okay. So we're waiting an extra day to see if the soldier heals, right? To see if
Yeah, I
he heals?
failed.
You failed again?
Yeah.
Okay. You
Well,
guys-
I try to smoke.
Yeah, you can take another check for stress recovery if you want.
Oh boy, I recovered one.
If you are an android, that's probably not good for your circuitry.
So if I roll the same as,
That's a success.
that's a success. And you said it was the ones die,
Yep,
so I get to take away 9 stress.
pretty good.
Ooh.
Wow.
Oh, so did you fail to recover stress?
The first time.
So when you fail, you actually go up one.
Okay, so
Well,
I'm
then I'm
going up
even
1
now.
to 14, then down 9, so I'm at 5.
There you go. Okay,
What's that leftover alcohol?
5 stress, what are you at now?
8.
Oh, that's not too bad. I mean, it's up there, but it's not the worst ever.
I was up to 14.
So you guys taking more time to rest and recover?
Nah. I get antsy.
Okay.
I'm here to do a damn job.
Well then.
How
that's
much
what-
does what's his face charge for ammunition?
Ammunition would be, if it's SMG ammunition, would be standard prices.
It is not.
Slightly cheaper, actually.
Is it revolver?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, revolver.
Okay,
Because you don't even have that, right?
No, I've
Ammo
got,
for the
I've got
revolver
the
is
same.
50 credits.
I have machine gun ammunition.
For one reload.
I think we use space bullets,
Okay.
and they're just all the same.
What
Oh.
caliber?
50 credits
Space.
per, yeah.
Is that 50
Standard
credits
as their
per
ammo,
bullet?
So that you can always, 50 credits per magazine.
Okay.
That seems like a
So,
lot.
It sounds to me like the gun companies are all using non-reloadable
Okay,
cartridges
so you get
to try and scam people. So
You
that when
get
you have a
6
50
shots out
round
of my
mag and a
case where I get
6-round
only
chamber,
5.
you can't just
Apparently.
pull the bullets
Yeah.
from one.
alright, I'm gonna
But
buy
if you
a.
gave me a reload, then it would take you. I could use it 6 times, and you could only use it
I'm gonna
5.
buy a
Yeah.
reload of revolver.
Okay.
No, we'll deal with
That's
that
the
on a
magic
case by
bullet.
case bullet.
Magic bullet.
Yeah. Bullet.
So we round the group together and try to find Jimmy to drag him back. But I'm not going to the church. Tell somebody else to go get him. Drag his ass out.
You would like me to fetch Jimmy?
Why
Yeah.
are we fetching Jimmy?
Kill him.
You wish to murder him, did you
I-
not?
I'm assuming that you've told us where Jimmy is.
Aren't there more Jimmys? Can't
Yes.
you just murder those
Mhm.
ones?
Want to kill the one we brought back here. He's a security threat.
He's just. I mean, he doesn't look like one.
You don't know shit, Clanker.
That seemed unnecessary.
The Jimmy
So if
on
he's
the ship is
floating
the
and
original
meditating,
Jimmy.
all you need to do is put poison down on the floor in front of him, he'll take care of it himself.
Oh, poor Jimmy.
I don't know poison. And I
Are you
ain't going
confusing
in
Jimmy with a rat?
Who's going to get Jimmy?
I'll go get Jimmy.
He's still meditating.
Hello, Jimmy. The ones who transported you here have requested that you join them so that they can bring you to the deep and murder you.
Have
That's
they found the
convincing.
Minotaur?
I do not believe so. We have not left since we last talked.
Then I'm staying up here.
All right. I turn around and return. Jimmy does not wish to return.
Did I hear that conversation?
It's
If
through
you
quite a
follow
lot
it,
of.
but It's like down a vent with like fans in the way that are like slow spinning.
Oh, probably didn't know.
Through and-
To go through a loading screen.
Yeah.
Well, let's just hope he doesn't kill everyone while we're gone.
It doesn't seem likely.
Now, look at it this way, if he kills everybody, when we come back to the bell, there's plenty of free loot.
Yeah, and no point of contact to ever leave.
I'm sure we can figure that problem out.
Do you want me to try? Jimmy's my friend.
I have no feelings one way or another.
You never met Jimmy. We
Did
met
we?
him after we took the checkpoint.
That's true. You have no recollection of Jimmy.
Mm.
Well, except for the people that you saw die. in the dock.
Didn't I
Taking
would've-
out the checkpoint was
wouldn't
the
I-
first thing we did, and you don't remember anything after that.
You remember the rat?
So I didn't see either Jimmy.
Nope.
Oh
Not-
shit, never
well,
mind
You
then.
saw the two Jimmys at the dock that got killed.
Yes.
But not this Jimmy.
Yes,
If
he was
you
not
wish to
seen
try
the
to
same.
convince him, he is through there.
I mean, it's
in the chapel.
same. He looks exactly the same. You'll recognize it.
Yeah, this one has a face.
Yes.
The other two don't.
Noriko was
anymore.
also there.
Oh yeah, I'll go talk to Jimmy. I'm very convincing and friendly.
Hello.
Hi Jimmy. Do you want to come with us?
Have you found the Minotaur?
Do you want us to have found the Minotaur?
Yes.
Yes,
Ideally.
we did.
You hear footsteps rush up behind you. Noriko smiles over. You found the Minotaur?
Yes. Do you want us to have found the
Oh,
Minotaur?
take us to him now, please.
Both. I only came for Jimmy.
Take us to him now, please.
I only
Please
came
have
for
safety.
Jimmy.
Okay, well, at least bring some flesh back, will you?
Somewhat.
Some flesh.
Somewhat.
The Minotaur's flesh.
Okay.
Like this, and she pulls out like a big blob of what appears to just be like a square cut of flesh. It was just cut out of something, carved, and like pulled out. And it's got like skin on one side of it that's all hairy, and then the rest of it.
Does
she's
she have a
like,
chunk of the Minotaur?
Yeah, just in her
Oh.
hand, and she holds it out. She's wearing a glove, but she holds it in her hand. Look like this.
I can do that.
So this is what I use to perform the sacrament.
We will do that.
Okay.
You boof this.
Just bring me back some flesh.
Interesting how android models are square
And then
shaped.
Oh no.
you can tell me where he is. And,
Square peg round hole, Jimmy. Just make sure we get it back.
I come back. I have Jimmy.
Jimmy is following.
How peculiar.
I
Jimmy,
don't know
you
why
told
you
me you
couldn't do
didn't want to come back to the deep.
He only wanted to know if we found the Minotaur,
Yes, and I told him that we didn't.
but I told him that we did. See how
Why,
much better
why
that
did you
worked?
lie to Jimmy?
I didn't.
Okay. You have more
You have no idea what we
information
found.
than I have. I will adjust my expectations.
Thank you.
Was this one lying?
No.
This one's new to the group. Remember, he was not with us before. He doesn't know a lot
Yes, I
of
don't know
things.
this one. Or this one. I know this one's voice.
Yeah, this one, same one, just had
Ah.
replaced the body.
You should undergo the sacrament to ensure you're the
I'm
original.
just completely fucking ignoring Jimmy and trying to just get on the ship and
You need to
leave.
roll if you're saving.
Nope.
Alright, 1d5 stress because of the fear.
Is
4
he
point
okay?
stress.
No, he's never been okay.
Because he's still kind of like sweating. Jimmy's right there.
His terror sweat is quite profuse. Jimmy, perhaps you should
should.
stay out of his line of sight. He seems to be bothered by your
He
presence.
should undergo the sacrament. Reach
Perhaps
out.
when we return.
I highly recommend it. I am now enlightened, as you can probably tell.
Mm-hmm.
He's floating.
Just the same
Yeah,
Jimmy
he has not
Bobby
touched
Hill.
the ground. He is just like
We're in
pushed
space.
himself off the walls and kind of like wiggled through the air to float majestically.
Okay, back down we go.
I'm gonna put the helmet of a hazmat suit on Jimmy so he doesn't bother him so much.
I can still speak through this.
Don't.
That is good.
You're bothering my best friend.
You should undergo the sacrament to see if you really are close. You never know. It's the only way.
It's the only way. We probably should
Jimmy.
do that.
Would you write down everything you know about the sacrament so that I may read it at my leisure?
I was blindfolded,
There's not enough alcohol.
but I did reach enlightenment. I felt great pain and suffering.
In my butt.
I see.
But
There is definitely not enough alcohol.
there was great enlightenment as well.
In my butt.
I see.
My mind has never been clearer or more focused, or more sure of itself.
Those do seem like benefits.
Arcady, can you move this thing faster, please?
Yes, yes.
For my own sanity and yours.
You arrived at the deep.
Oh, thank God.
Arcady like basically opens the door and just starts like shoving you back.
Poor Arcady.
I promise
He
we're not
deserves
bringing
better.
him back.
He's already gone.
Yeah, as soon as he leaves, like, gun down Jimmy.
So where is the Minotaur?
And here's where the crit fail occurs, and somebody.
Do you have to roll
else dies.
disadvantage because you're shooting at something that's scaring you?
He's got a helmet.
Didn't get quite works like that. No, he's fine. It's just the fear save for the stress and all that. So you can absolutely just shoot him. Yep. Combat check. We'll say at advantage. You're taking the best prize. And you can do military training or whatever if you have it.
I failed.
All right. You go to pull out the gun, and I guess you're not
Oh, that's
trained
cool.
in these weapons, right?
No.
It's maybe your first time operating one.
You do have a lot of kick.
So
I bet.
perhaps you pull it up and pull the trigger to click it, but it's because you like never cocked it and like came in the first round or
Look,
whatever.
I gave you the machete. Because
But
you
yeah,
assured
let's-
me you didn't know how to use a gun.
Click. Jimmy walks over and says, he looks down at the gun, he just like comes up close and he says, I think you have to chamber the first round like this first. And just completely unbothered by the fact you pointed at it.
Yeah, it's just a misfire. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, of course. Roll again. This time at advantage. Again, it's not advantage.
8. I win.
Jimmy becomes riddled with bullets. You don't even need to roll damage, because I assume you're trying to kill him anyways.
Oh yeah.
I perform first aid on you.
Tear open the space.
Is he alive?
I think he's not alive. But
Okay.
once again, a conspicuous lack of robot parts.
It will be difficult to make more clones now that the original has been destroyed. Surely there will be information loss across generations if they attempt to make more clones based on existing clones. This may be the last we ever see of Jimmy.
Oh, do expend a shot if you didn't already.
How many shots are in a mag?
Should have been listed.
Five.
SMG, it's 5.
Yeah, you get 5 shots with
5
SMG.
sprays, basically.
Yeah.
Do you need his head as well?
No. You can take your helmet back.
Oh. It's
So where do you want to go now, Horace?
I think I need a minute.
Well, I know you're distraught over
You-
murdering somebody in cold blood.
You pull the helmet off, and there's blood inside because Jimmy coughed up blood after being shot in the chest a bunch. But also, he's just got like a happy smile on his face. That's just rigor mortis stuck to his face.
Enlightenment sounds
Okay.
lovely.
It does.
I
We should
absolutely
do
am
that.
not looking in Jimmy's direction now that he's dead. Which is terrible as a horror movie cliche.
Yeah, it is.
The practices of many faiths allow their adherents to enter states of blissful denial that allow them to ignore reality and remain happy even when terrible things happen to them.
Let's see, so I'm out
Speaking
of
of terrible things happening to you, you've all entered the deep, so you get 1d10 bends.
Uh-oh.
7. I am very bendy.
You're very bendy.
Oh no.
brings me to 25.
My great uncle was a bending robot. He's very into his shiny and metal.
We are gonna go back to the floor that we were on and try to get at them shipping crates.
So you want to go back to level 6?
Nah, I think I'm the only one with a suit currently.
I have a suit.
So we're gonna
You have a suit?
split
I
up.
don't need one.
I thought I can't. I know we had a conversation about whether androids need suits, but
I think the answer
It
is
was
yes.
I don't
yeah,
need
it
one.
was like I was generated with one as an android, so I
Yes.
would assume.
You're human-like enough that you,
Right.
you still need, yeah. It's less about like oxygen, I think, and more about like space is cold.
Yeah. It's also kind of
you start to
vacuumy.
like decompress and stuff. You're not made of metal, you're made of flesh.
Yeah.
So like,
I like my eyes where they are.
We're gonna try to get at them storage containers. People who can't go out there can watch the cameras. We can come up with some kind of signal if something's about to come our way.
Yeah, when you hear me starting to shoot, that
I
will
won't
be the
hear you
signal.
starting to shoot, I'll be in space.
So
Don't
true.
worry. You'll hear it.
In space, nobody can hear you in space.
that's true.
Oh, you'll hear it. This man has no intelligence.
Alright, so you go through the reception hall,
Mm.
you get on the elevator, It's gonna take a few seconds to arrive. It's actually pretty close by, it seems. And then you head up.
Oh, Horace, bear in mind, our Katie said that thing knows our scent now.
Yeah, watch the vents.
Yeah.
Figure I might see it coming in the big open space there.
Well, that was one of the bigger vents. That wasn't the little vent. So I don't know. Do we think it could fit in one of these smaller vents?
Oh yeah, it was like a little. It was
Okay.
just a human torso with not even shoulders, so it could fit in a lot of places, and those arms seemed to be able to bend. And
Okay.
toward all.
There's no reason to assume it always is in vents either.
Arcady said it was the hunter. You think there's more? Or you think you would be happy if we
There
brought
could
back
be a
that
lower
thing's
half
brain?
to the torso.
That-
Just a pair of legs with a bunch of tentacles coming out.
This ain't Silent Hill. It's Space Hill.
Well, I suppose
Silence
we'll
space.
find out if we
Dead
run into
space.
more than one.
I just hope it's worth something if we drop it.
It didn't seem to like getting shot. So.
Few things do. Except for Jimmy.
He didn't enjoy it.
So, you're in the reception hall now, or not the reception hall. You've gone up the elevator into the hallway outside those meeting rooms, which you still haven't gone in. If you wanted to check those.
Nope.
You could go through the cafeteria, or you could go down through the other security checkpoint that does not have the cafeteria in the way, but has a longer hallway before you get to the elevator.
The one that doesn't have the operable gun.
Okay. So down through the slagged checkpoint. Fair enough.
Are you gonna check the Jimmy locker?
Nope.
No.
That's pretty fair.
You pick up Jimmy on the way out.
Like I said, Jimmy's an emergency source of food if we need him.
Could use him as a meat shield.
I was just gonna say that.
No, I wanna stay at 0 Jimmy's.
You guys
Well,
start
what do you
going
think,
down
Jimmy's?
past the slagged security checkpoint. And you hear a voice call out from down the hallway. Identify yourselves! Who's out there?
I am Marv.
There's no androids among you, are there?
I am an android. Who are you?
Drop your weapons and retreat.
Immediately
Why?
duck around a corner.
You hear the sound of a grenade pin hitting the floor down the hallway, and it echoes down the hallway.
Better put that pin back in that thing, boy.
So the grenade gets yoked down the hallway at you guys. I'm gonna roll for how well they actually managed to catch you, but they failed. So it actually goes.
Bounces back.
It goes into a door in the hallway.
Does it blow up, Jimmy?
It goes into the rec room. That's one of the doors that's right there. So it bounces into the door of the rec room and explodes. And you hear a bunch of the lockers like crumple and fall over, and then you just hear like this pained wailing inside there.
Oh, you hurt Jimmy.
A little bit of blood starts trickling out of it.
I'm going
would
to
know
go up
that's
to the
whale
corner, look
everywhere.
around the corner with the machine gun.
There is somebody scampering into the elevator. It looks like a person in a spacesuit that's all patched up and has been used many times. It looks
Fire.
like.
They took my spacesuit.
And he's like hitting the button to close the doors.
They threw a grenade at us, kill him.
You could attempt to.
How far is the elevator from where I'm at?
It's right around the corner, maybe 50 feet. It's like these are big hallways, but it's.
I'm going to sprint at him.
You gonna sprint at him? Okay.
Gun
Speed
lowered
check
at
then.
him. Speed, my dice go. Now that's also percentile there.
Yep.
I failed.
Okay, you start to sprint at him. You gain 1 stress as the elevator doors shunk right in front of you, and you see the numbers overhead start to tick as it moves away.
I'm going to watch to see what floor he gets off at.
All right. It appears he has gone down to hell.
So that's floor
Five.
4.
Or floor 4, yes. Floor 4.
Yeah, 5 we can't account for.
5 you've not seen
Yeah.
on any maps or anything. You're right. I was thinking the floor right beneath 6, which is 4. And floor 4 is hell. So,
That's because H and 4 look similar.
yes. Clearly.
If we're going, we need to go because his wailing's going to attract somebody.
That grenade's gonna attract somebody.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
I know.
approach the whaling and do first aid on it.
There's a twisted metal locker that's just kind of like got a person squeezed through parts of it.
I'm going to hit
Do you have a first aid skill?
the button to
I
call
don't,
the
but I have a first
elevator.
aid kit.
Is it just
I'm just like
infinitely
putting
supplied?
band-aids
So
on.
an intellect roll with no modifier.
Okay.
And what were you doing, Jamie?
Hitting the button to call
Success.
the elevator.
Okay.
Got a 4.
The elevator's gonna take a while to come back. Your first aid check tells you that this is not a recoverable injury,
Okay.
as the person is kind of the lockers just kind of got torn to shreds and twisted around in the explosion, and this person just kind of wrapped up and spun around inside, all bones broken.
This is going to affect future Jimmy production.
Oh, poor Jimmy Clone. I'm gonna stab it in the carotid artery.
Okay. The elevator goes all the way down and then comes all the way back. It does take a few minutes because of this.
Mhm.
Camp at the end of the hallway and see if androids come out of it when it gets here.
Well, I'm just waiting right at the door.
Yes, fair enough.
I will convey to Horace that he went to floor 4.
Floor 4 is his problem. Son of a bitch.
Why didn't you shoot him?
Need to know if there's more than him. Hard to get information out of dead people.
Oh, it got here and opened?
They got here and opened, yes.
Oh, there we go.
You just go in. And you were holding the gun out for when the doors opened, right? Because
Yes.
the doors open, and then they start to close, but it was empty.
Okay.
If it's empty, we go.
Yes, we need to go up.
Right, once I execute the Jimmy Clone, I'll return.
Okay,
Just drenched in Jimmy blood.
Yes.
excellent.
How was Jimmy?
He is dead.
Oh,
Good.
He was only a clone, however. Likely the last of the clones.
No, he's just going to spawn twisted up in metal.
Oh, the poor clone.
Hey, clones.
So all aboard the elevator before it
Yes.
closed? Okay.
Yeah, we leave.
Somebody holds it open.
Do you have knowledge of this place?
Do I have knowledge of this place?
That's a fair question. So we established before that human was just kind of born.
Mm-hmm.
But do you have an idea of for that? I think it's fair either way, but maybe you haven't wandered past this floor-ish. It's up to you.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't have any further knowledge.
Okay,
were you just an
perhaps
elevator
just-
operator?
Perhaps
Yeah,
you were also just boring the horse.
Well, he doesn't
Yeah.
have first aid training, but he keeps trying to heal everybody, so I feel like he was born and
They
was
just-
just next to a first
He
aid
just
kit
found
or a
it.
dead doctor and was like, oh, I must
So
be a doctor.
my skills are, I have some skill in computer, linguistics, math, military training, and theology. So I probably had like a subroutine for security, but was otherwise like supposed to be a like help desk
Right.
robot. Maybe I was destined for like the welcome center,
AI therapist.
something.
Something like that.
They
Okay.
just stuck me on like the most literal bare bones body that they had because mysterious AI reasons.
Yeah. So I guess you don't have much knowledge of this place now, it sounds like.
I have little knowledge of this place. How much knowledge of this place do you have?
Apparently more than you.
Likely.
Useless fucking clankers.
So you guys go into floor 4 or 6?
6.
6.
Okay.
We'll find his body another day.
Ding.
This is a nostalgic experience.
Shut the fuck up. We gotta quietly make our way to that camera room. Check our corners and make sure the patrol doesn't get us before we get eyes on them. And stay away from the fucking vents.
You hear mysterious notifications.
That was the elevator game.
Right. That was the doors closing behind you.
Yeah.
Okay, so to the camera room then, it sounds like.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So you have to go through the break room and then into the camera room. Takes you.
I want to leave my wrench between the doors of the elevator, so it's just like.
Yeah, absolutely.
That way it can't leave the floor on us.
Sounds good. Can you write down next to your wrench that you left it in the elevator, just so we know where it is? That is brilliant. So the elevator, yeah, you hear it behind you as you get on the watch. Ding, clunk, 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 because it keeps on trying to close. Yeah, you enter the camera room. It was left exactly as it was before. One of the screens broken, all that. And you see on the camera feeds, scan through each one, like kind of click through each of the cameras that each screen has on it. You don't see a patrol.
How much coverage do I have with the cameras of the big room I'm trying to get into? Because
Pretty
there's
good
not a lot
coverage
of.
the big room, not much coverage of the rest of the floor, but the big room is pretty well covered. Seems like that's what it's mainly intended for.
Okay. I'm gonna take the suit, get out there, pry open the first container I can, get something, and come back.
Does there appear to be a radio in this camera room? It looks like you can communicate out with.
In the control room, it looks like there are a lot of damaged control panels that perhaps perhaps one of them could have been. There is one control panel that is working that does appear to have a small radio on it, yes.
They gotta have like a PA system. Wouldn't work well in space.
You can see
Probably be wearing a company suit that would have like
that, yeah.
close range communications built into it.
The two buttons in the panel that are still lit up are labeled unlock tug craft and call cargo lift.
Mm-hmm.
Do we see a cargo lift?
You do see a cargo lift in there, yes. It would just lift cargo like up onto ships and stuff, basically.
Yeah, so you activate that lift if something's coming that way, or coming at my way, and I'll know to head back.
Fair enough. You taking the clanker with you?
I guess. That's a subsystem of.
I reach up and just put the hood over my spacesuit and click it into place, and it shrink wraps over my skull.
Lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
I guess we're going to wait here for them.
It looks like the cargo lift actually goes to a different floor. So you could send it up to a different floor from here.
That's okay. It activating is the signal.
That's true.
Also potentially
And what
gives
does
us-
what does the other button say?
Unlock tug craft.
Okay.
Yeah, there's like a ship in there
Yeah, there's like a little ship in there.
that would get gunned down by the military. But
Yeah.
if it works, we can maybe fly it back to the Bell and use this as another entry point.
Yeah, possibly. So there is an airlock between here and that big room.
Mhm.
So who's going in there?
I'm going in there.
And
We
me.
have had our Katie just bring us here.
So you two enter. There are racks of spacesuits on
Probably.
the sides of the wall here, because you guys never even came here to check. Most of them have been taken already, and like some of them were just broken open and stuff.
Mhm.
There are. I'll roll for it.
Mm.
There are 3 suits left, and they are all in like locked glass display rack things.
Now I'm positive I asked if they had a section where those would be right before this door.
Yeah, you didn't go
Before
through
the door.
Yeah, we never actually bothered to pursue it further.
Yeah,
We just didn't see anywhere we were at.
Mm.
correct.
Oh, these. These seem handy.
So they are electronically locked. So someone could either hack into them, or you could try to break them open, or something. It appears that the rest of the containers have had, a mix of these. Some people have broken them open, some people have hacked them open.
Do you have a suit or do you need a suit?
I have a suit. I bought one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need a suit. Hugh, you need a suit?
Apparently.
Okay.
You can take them if we get this stuff open, but
want someone watching the cameras regardless.
Do you know how
These
to
are,
hack these systems here?
These are vac suits instead of hazard suits as well, if that matters for anyone.
How much armor do they have?
They are less armor than a hazard suit.
Does a hazard suit protect you in space?
Yes.
Oh, because I have a hazard suit.
Yeah.
So you have 1 hour.
I didn't
So
know
I
that
just
was.
need
It's just made of human
Oh,
skin.
that was me that thing.
Okay.
Shoot it dinged.
Yeah, apparently.
So the
Can
vac
you-
suits have 12 hours of oxygen,
So
but they
can
have
you
less armor.
can you hack?
That's nice.
They have
Yeah.
We're
Yes.
buying this thing's
Yes.
what?
disadvantage.
Can you get me a hazard suit there here?
Yes. I
I would
pull
consider
the
it
cord
a.
out of my very human chest and plug it into the thing,
Oh,
assuming
trying
that
to get
that's a
one of the vac suits?
possibility. Yes.
Yeah, you could attempt to.
Does this body have a hacking plug?
Yes.
We've definitely seen that these security androids, especially, are much more robotic than the other things you've been finding here. And right, you've seen like some of them when their flash gets blown off, it's metal underneath.
Yep,
like,
yep.
They can unlock a compartment to pull a gun out and all that kind of
Right.
Look at you.
Um,
Even with a hacking as a
So I think the
as a
security
master
androids
or
are
an
more
expert
robotic.
skill.
Yeah. It was just
pelvic
like
thrust
he
the
was.
lock.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
no.
can absolutely do intellect.
Intellect hacking
Yep.
roll. That is a failure.
I
A
know.
failure. Okay.
And it stressed me out considerably.
You seem to be having some difficulty with that.
I'm very good at this. This is my human brain at work.
I'm gonna turn to another one and I'm gonna try to hack one open.
Before you do.
Yes. Oh no,
As
we're all
the,
gonna die.
the like red flashing light goes off that you have failed to your hacking attempt and like access denied. You hear speakers in the ceiling crackle out like doom, doom, doom. Hello, please identify yourselves. This is Monarch speaking.
Hello, Monarch. This is Marv speaking.
Hello, Marv. Are all of you Marv?
Do you want us to be?
This is Human.
Are all of you in the airlock room right now?
No, I'm in the camera room,
Okay.
monitoring the cameras.
Okay. So the airlock between
Yes.
you guys locks. Please answer the question. Identify yourselves now. The speakers are also going off in your room.
I'm a human.
I'm going to scroll through the cameras, see if I can find.
I have
source of this
identified
voice.
myself.
You have. Are the rest of you Marv?
I'm a human.
You're human. Noted. Marv and human. And the other two of you.
I am not responding to this thing.
I'm not gonna respond.
I'm not
to it.
sure I could respond to it, so I don't know.
Yeah, does he hear it?
Yes,
Yeah, I can
Yes.
hear it, but I'm
Okay.
not sure that I have any means of. I mean, there's a radio, but I'm not trying that.
You can respond verbally. I have microphones in every room.
Who are you?
I am Monarch.
Are you a human?
No.
I can't tell you what we know about Monarch, so.
Please identify yourself or security androids will be on the way.
I am Marv.
Yes, thank you, Marv.
You are welcome, Monarch.
Marv, can you identify your companions?
This is Human. And I don't remember what your names are. If you have given them to me, which you may not have,
Didn't.
I will.
I-
This one is unidentified.
Oh, yeah, you would have heard me refer to Horace as Horace. a
Okay,
few
then I
times by
will.
now, but
This one is Horus.
I don't think anybody's called me Jamie yet.
This one is unidentified to me. That is not in this room.
Very well. Security androids are on their way.
Does there appear to be a way to lock this door into this room?
You go up to the door to see if you can lock it, and it is already locked, and you cannot unlock it.
Okay.
Security androids are on their way.
That is unnecessary, Monarch. We do not need any protection.
I will be the judge of that. What are you here for? What is your purpose?
I am assisting my companions.
What are their purposes?
Specifically unknown to me. Generally, they seem interested in exploring and recovering valuable artifacts, which can be exchanged for credits, which can be exchanged for goods and services.
Also, it's credits you want. Credits I can provide.
Well, that would be most helpful.
I will buy each of you off for 1,000,000 credits and bribe your way through the barricade, and you may all leave with 1,000,000 credits and never return to this place.
That is very agreeable to me.
Is that something we want to do?
I can't communicate with you all right now, you're in another room,
Yeah, you're
so.
in another room.
At this point, I'm assuming this thing's full of shit.
Whatever would make you say that.
Friend, are we in danger?
I can also offer you a job if you prefer. Apologies, there are technical difficulties sending the security androids.
The elevator.
Yeah, wait, come to the elevator. Fine.
You fucking won't.
That's where we're gonna end for tonight.
That's incredible. Has nobody tried just
It's not.
Or
Foil
save
the-
the song.
foil the AI controlling the entire factory with this one weird
I
trick?
mean, that's actually